Apocalypse of Stephen. Apocalypse of Stephen. The book details the life of the trial, in fact, the time of the death of the life of the great man Stephen, the first martyr, we after Christ, for the first. So Stephen, he, unlike the weak man we see as Stephen is very, very radical. He's very radical in his stance and he speaks even before Paul. Like, I mean, the whole Acts intro, and he speaks of his faith and he preaches. So we are introduced to the man and what he had to go through, and we are introduced to him as being aggressive, rude, but very, very aggressive in his determination in regards to how he articulates himself. He's not ashamed. He's not worried. While everyone is worried about Christ, he's not worried. He's not ashamed. And he speaks, not cursing everyone. And then God allows him to see visions, and then we see those visions. I mean, he knows his death, he knows this one. And then as he's speaking to Paul, I mean, Paul, unlike the normal person is made to believe that Paul was somehow a hopeless bystander. No, Paul was a judge. Paul is the one that's set to judge Stephen. He said, and now that gave an impression because of all the people he had persecuted, none had been or was persecuted. None had been so robust and radical. Everyone was running away. First confrontation, he meets this man and he accuses him and he has a debacle. And Stephen argues. Hey, man, Stephen argues. He's well educated. And on every angle, Paul is outwitted. I mean, it looks and feels like he doesn't know what he's doing. But in any case, the man dies, and we see then what happens when he is dead and so forth. But he tells Paul something very important. What you're doing to me, I see. He says, I see, because God allows him to see. He says, I see that with that which you are accusing me of today, that you're accusing me. Let me find the document. Where did I place these things? But he says, I see. I see that today you are Janjara, Paul. You are very Janjara. I see that you are very Janjara. But the thing you are doing to me today you are persecuting me. But I am made aware that this very thing you're doing to me will be done to you. The same way I am going to die, Paul. You too will die the same way. There's no running away from it leadership. We're dying the same way. So, and that's where the debacle for Paul is, where Paul collapses and he's like, what? And then he's angry. In fact, to the point that Paul manhandles Stephen because of the argument. He goes and manhandles him. Paul has no argument. For the first time, well, for the Paul, Saul, the Paul who apparently. And Paul's teacher is like, did I teach you this? This man has said nothing wrong. And Paul is angry. He says, I'll deal with you later, old man. Because he's angry. He can't argue. He has no argument, so he resorts to violence. In any case, Stephen dies. So it's a beautiful book, man. It's a beautiful book. And you see the things that plague Paul, of course, as he becomes a Christian. That and he's willing to die. The heroism of Paul you see exhibited. And you kind of know and learn about his actual and real status. He was just not. He was a judge, this man, And so you learn about his actual status. He was his actual status. And then you see that Stephen was more robust than Paul. And this is what made Paul robust. This is the example he saw. We learn from the people we've encountered in life. And sometimes we learn from the people we most did wrong to. Hey, that's a gem I find it. We most did wrong to and how they reacted to ourselves. Stephen prays for them. whilst they're killing him. Let me stop there. There may these and many other gems in these books. I think always I'm happy to be of service to God for you. I thank you for your time, and that may the Lord continue to bless you as you read these books and find these gems in there. Amen.